Look closely at your hands. Right now, in this exact quiet moment, ask yourself a terrifying question. Who is actually in control of your daily actions? Is it you, the rational, thinking mind, or is it a microscopic chemical firing in your nervous system, violently demanding to be fed? Modern society desperately tries to comfort you by telling you that your bad habits, the burning smoke in your lungs, the endless numb scrolling in the dark, the junk food you mindlessly consume, are just minor quirky flaws. They are not. Let's be brutally honest and strip away the comforting lies. You are not just dealing with a simple bad habit. You are trapped in a total biological hijacking. Every single time you give in to that craving, you are looking directly into the mirror and admitting defeat. You are silently confessing that a manufactured chemical, a glowing screen, or a piece of paper wrapped in tobacco is fundamentally stronger than your own free will. To permanently destroy an enemy, you must first understand its exact, unforgiving anatomy. When you light that cigarette or surrender to your vice, your brain is instantly flooded with cheap, unearned dopamine. But here's the cold, scientific truth that most people completely ignore. Dopamine is not the chemical of joy or happiness. It is the chemical of anticipation, motivation, and relentless desire. It is biologically designed to make you crave, to make you endlessly chase, and to leave you deeply, fundamentally unsatisfied with the present moment. By repeatedly feeding this artificial cycle, you are systematically frying your own dopamine receptors. You are artificially raising your baseline for pleasure, meaning normal life suddenly feels dull and depressing. Worse, you are actively training your brain to reject hard work, demanding immediate, toxic gratification instead. You are quite literally engineering your own weakness, brick by brick every single day. Long before modern neuroscience mapped the pathways of the brain, ancient philosophers already understood the mechanics of this biological warfare. They realized a profound truth. True freedom is not the chaotic ability to do whatever you want whenever you feel like it. True freedom is the unshakable power to not be a slave to your own impulses. There is a critical, microscopic gap between feeling a stimulus, like a craving, and taking action. In that tiny, silent space lies your entire destiny. Right now, because of your addiction, your gap is non-existent. You feel the urge, and you immediately obey like a well-trained dog. To quit is not about magically losing the desire. It is about violently and consciously expanding that gap. It is about sitting directly in the fire of the craving, feeling your physical body scream for the chemical release, and choosing to simply fold your arms and watch it burn out. You must realize that your addicted brain is a master manipulator, capable of incredible deception. When it wants its fix, it will whisper the most convincing, rational-sounding lies you have ever heard. It will tell you that you are entirely too stressed today, that this is the absolute wrong time to initiate a major life change, or that you will definitively start your new, disciplined life tomorrow. Listen to me very carefully. Tomorrow is a dangerous illusion, meticulously designed to keep you chained to your past failures. Every single time you tell yourself just one more, you are signing a binding contract with your own destruction. You are digging the neural pathway of submission even deeper. The only time that actually exists in the unforgiving architecture of reality is right now. You do not quit in some imaginary future. You quit in this exact, painful, agonizing, and beautiful second. If you want to permanently obliterate an addiction, you cannot simply rely on brute willpower. Willpower is like a battery. It is highly effective in the short term, but it will inevitably run out when you are exhausted, stressed, or emotionally broken. Instead, you must orchestrate a complete, and total death of your old identity. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation occurs when a habit becomes an indistinguishable part of who you are. You are no longer a person who is trying their best to quit smoking. You are simply and unapologetically a man who does not smoke. That fragile, toxic version of you who needed a crutch is completely dead. When the craving inevitably hits, you do not debate it. You do not try to negotiate with a ghost. You simply state a cold, unyielding fact. That is not who I am anymore. The discussion is closed. You must mentally and physically prepare yourself for the biological backlash. When you finally cut off the supply of cheap dopamine, your brain will enter a state of sheer panic. You will feel incredibly restless, intensely agitated, and profoundly empty. The silence of your own room will suddenly feel deafening and oppressive. Most men completely break at this exact stage because they fatally confuse withdrawal with suffering. You must reframe this entirely in your mind. That physical anxiety, that pounding headache, that deep, hollow discomfort in your chest, that is not you dying. That is the parasite starving to death. Embrace that pain. Welcome it into your home. Let it wash over you. Every single wave of absolute agony that you survive is a heavy, forged iron plate you are welding onto your mental armor. You are actively resetting your baseline. You are taking back the steering wheel of your own internal chemistry. You have voluntarily given away your masculine power for far too long. You have allowed a cheap piece of paper wrapped in processed tobacco or the glowing pixels of a glass screen to completely and utterly dominate your daily life. It is pathetic. It is unworthy of your potential, and deep down in your core, you know it. But today is the day you draw a massive, uncrossable line in the concrete. As David Goggins famously said, "You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential." Are you really going to let a pathetic chemical urge rob you of your future empire? Look that craving straight in the eye and silently, firmly tell it, "You have absolutely no power over me. I am the sole master of this vessel. I dictate exactly what enters this body and what is allowed to consume my focus." The mental and physical detox begins today. Not tomorrow morning when you feel ready, and certainly not next week when conditions are perfect. Right now. Gather the garbage holding you back and throw it away. Delete the digital distractions, smash the crutches, and burn the bridges back to your old self. When the brutal waves of withdrawal inevitably hit, do not cower. Smile at them, because you know with absolute certainty that this pain simply means the weakness is finally leaving your system. Rebuilding yourself from absolute zero requires you to mercilessly destroy every single chain that keeps you anchored to mediocrity. You are no longer a passive victim of your biology. You are the cold, calculating architect of your own mind. Now step out of that self-imposed chemical prison, take a deep, clear breath of fresh air, and get back to work.